So we're going to install the ACS rock guards on the 1LE today. I'm going to try and hopefully do both front and rear without having to remove the wheels, so we'll see. Now the rear is actually really straightforward. There's no tape to be had. It's a pretty tight fit as far as the mud guard going up in here. You will need a T10 Torx bit. T10? Yep, T10. And you can do it with the wheel on the car, but you will need a ratchet, whether electrical or mechanical, just to squeeze it in here. The biggest problem you'll have with the ratchet is the center hole. The center hole is actually really close to the tire, and taking it off isn't so hard, but putting the ratchet back in there to get it on can be a little difficult. You can do most of it by hand. The ratchet just makes it quicker. So let's get it on. First, we'll start by taking the bolt off. Yeah, see this center one, with that it gets pretty close, so I loosened it with the machine. I'm going to try and take it off the rest of the way by hand. And maybe loosen up a little more. Perfect. 2. And the third one is up by the reflector here. Kind of goes in like that. I already did the other side, and I find it easier to start with the bottom. Line up the hole, the screw, and then start it by hand, just to make sure that the threads line up and that the screw starts going in there. Perfect. So it's in there a little bit. I'm gonna do the center. And the fit and finish on these is so good where, you know, these holes line up perfectly with the holes in the rear fender liner. Probably would be easier just to do this with the tires off, but this process is really simple. Just tight for space. So I'm going to start by tightening the top or the bottom one and then the top one. You can kind of hear it when it's tight. Now the ratchet will slow down. And the middle one, I'm going to try and get most of the way in by hand. Just because with this ratchet, it's a little tight. The last thing you want to do is round out these heads. Perfect. Yeah, this one's really tight. So I'm going to probably finish this off with a mechanical ratchet to get it all finished up. Well, that's the rear for you. Fit and finish. Excellent. Now the front is a little more complicated, as you will need a drill and a rivet gun that can do a 3/16 rivet. You will need a 3/16 drill bit and a head on the rivet gun that can do a 3/16 rivet that come in the kit. This is just a little cheap $16 one from Home Depot. It works, but it does take a little more effort than maybe an electronic gun, and I'll show you that here soon. So first off, my car is a year old, so these are already pretty beat up. I have brand new rockers at home, but since I'm waiting to get those PPF'd, I'm not going to put those on yet. So I'm going to put these on, and I should be able to replace the rocker no problem. Ideally, you would want someone to help you out with this, because holding this and getting it lined up can be a little difficult. But as you'll see, it's nothing you can't do by yourself. Part of the trick is to get it lined up so that the contours match the rocker contours. So you kind of want to get it to where the corners kind of line up here. Kind of see there's a corner on the mudguard and a corner on the rocker. So kind of do that and make sure that the tape runs along the entire fender and then is a little hidden. So once you feel like you're happy with how it's lined up, hold it there and start peeling the tape from the top. So start peeling about halfway. I'm gonna start pressing by the top. Get that held in there. Make sure everything's still lined up. And then start peeling the rest. And just slowly work your way up and down, pressing the two double-sided tape into your fender. Now this will hold it while you're drilling your holes. Get that out of the way. Now a right angle drill would probably work best, but since the wheel's already turned, this drill works just fine. As you can see, I can fit it in there in between the wheel and the fender liner, and I'm just going to start from the top. So now that the holes are in there, got the rivet gun, put the rivet in, and for me on this I'll just start from the bottom. So start by putting the rivet in. Now this one does take a few pumps to get it flush and to cut the rivet end off. Once you do, so it's nice and flush, ready to go to the next one. You want to make sure when you do this that you're pressing the rivet in so that it grabs the fender liner hole that you drilled into. And last one. More than I expected. Look at that. It does hang a little loose on the inside here. That's kind of interesting. Not sure if I'm a big fan of that. I feel like it could use maybe one more rivet down here. And maybe I'll deal with that in the future. But other than that, I mean, these look so good. Hey guys, well that's it. I mean, these things, other than maybe trying to search for the tools I needed in the garage, since my dad moved everything around recently, that probably took, for all four corners, 15-20 minutes. Super easy, and they look awesome. Like honestly, they look factory. They're so much better than the Z01 add-ons that I had on my previous Camaro. And I have nothing against Z01 add-ons. I think they make some good stuff, but their rock guards are chintzy and you get what you pay for. These are about $450, and they are amazing. I keep saying it, they're like factory. So I'm in love with them. Hopefully they can stand up to an autocross cone hit. I don't plan on hitting any cones, but it happens. So we'll see how they hold up. Take care, guys. Drive safe.